Hi, I'm Patrick Risley, Senior Pastor and Teaching Elder here at First Presbyterian Church, Fort Lauderdale. And I want to welcome you to this week's Sneak Peek for Sunday, June the 14th, 2020. This week we're going to be delving into Matthew's Gospel, chapter 9, verse 35, extending through chapter 10, verse 8. It's a nice, richly packed piece of scripture that many of you may have heard before. And I would encourage you to immerse yourself in that text and look at what the core of being a disciple really means. Specifically, I want you to look into the story of Matthew 9:35 through verse chapter 10:8 and ask yourself, have I been called by Jesus to follow him? Friends, many people indicate that they follow Jesus. But what does that really mean? Look at our text to see if you can find out the clues as to what it means to follow Jesus, the Christ. Another issue I wanted just to touch on is that the task force for reopening in-person worship has been meeting, and they have been tasked to come up to the answer, or with the answer, for the three wins, W-E-N-S. So for example, they've been asked first, when can we begin to have in-person worship again? The second is, when are we going to be able to have meetings back in the church? And finally, they've been tasked with to answer the question, when are we going to have more extensive fellowship activities like Wednesday night and food services and the use of our facilities by outside groups? Well, they have answered that first question of when are we going to begin in-person worship again. And they've made a recommendation to the session, and the session is meeting on Monday evening to review the report and the guidelines and their recommendation. And once they make their firm decision on Monday as to when we think we can safely reopen for in-person gatherings and worship, I will post those documents online to let you see them. They have to be sent to the Presbytery of Tropical Florida. But until the session makes the call, I'm going to hold that date close to my heart. It's going to be soon, beloved. It'll be soon. Finally, some of you have been very gracious and said, well, preacher, where do I get a copy of your sermon? And the answer is I post all my sermons on my personal website, patrickhrisley.com. Patrick H. Risley, WRISLEY.com. And you can find all of the sermons there, as well as other helpful links to other resources. My friends, you have a blessed day, and I'm still in one piece, and praying you are too, and I will see you Sunday.